Hi there. Welcome to this edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm your host, Kadia Loy-Knight. We have a wonderful show packaged just for you. More when we return.
Hey there, I'm Landy, your friendly guide to NLA Connect, the National Land Agency's customer engagement platform. Today we'll be navigating our page with some frequently asked questions.
Hey Landy, what's NLA Connect?
Hey there. NLA Connect is a simple, user-friendly online platform that's available 24/7 to customers, where they can submit various requests about land-related matters.
Hi Landy, how do I submit a request to NLA Connect?
Hi customer. Once on the platform, click Request and fill out the form with your details. Choose the relevant division and select the type of request. Pick your preferred response method, review, and consent to the privacy notice. Then submit. You will receive a case number to track your request.
Tell me something, Landy. Can you submit more than one request at a time?
No, you can only submit one request type at a time. Once that case is closed, feel free to send in another.
Landy, am I able to track my request?
Yes. To track your request status, click the Status tab, enter your email or case number, verify with the code sent to your email, and then view updates ranging from submitted to closed.
How does the NLA treat my data?
Our privacy policy is in accordance with the Data Protection Act 2020. As a result, some of the technical measures used to protect your data includes firewalls, encryptions, and regular system updates. Also, our employees are only provided with your information on a need-to-know basis. Still have questions? Visit www.nla.gov.jm. Go to Applications, select NLA Connect, and check out our FAQs tab for more information. NLA Connect, your voice, our priority.
Jamaica's forestry sector has taken a serious hit following the passage of Hurricane Melissa, with thousands of acres of trees damaged and the critical ecosystems disrupted. In this feature, we look at the extent of the destruction and the steps being taken to rebuild Jamaica's forestry resources.
As we continue to examine the impact of Hurricane Melissa, it is important to assess the country's forestry sector. The devastation of Jamaica's forests, particularly in areas like Lower River Trelawney, where I'm standing, is a sobering reminder that hurricanes do not only destroy our homes and infrastructure, they also dismantle our natural resources that help to protect us all. Prior to Hurricane Melissa, data collected up to 2023 by the Forestry Department revealed that the forest cover in Jamaica had a steady and remarkable increase of up to 7% over the years. What that meant was that 47% of the land of wood and water was covered by forest. But with the passage of Hurricane Melissa, Jamaica's forests, our first and most formidable line of defense against flooding, landslides, drought, and biodiversity loss, were significantly affected. The event called for a thorough assessment conducted by the Forestry Department.
The findings confirmed that Hurricane Melissa carved a west to northwest corridor of destruction across Jamaica, with western, central, and parts of northern parishes bearing the brunt of the damage. In several forests, Mr. Speaker, particularly those on steep terrain and shallow soils, damage levels reached between 76 and 100%. This level of destruction was characterized by complete canopy loss, uprooted mature trees, fractured trunks, and slope instability.
The evidence also lies in this forest reserve in Low River.
We have lost majority of our mature trees. And in some areas like this forest that we're in, it has a riparian buffer, meaning that we have trees that protect the river. And this is very important, not only to the forestry department, but to the communities surrounding this forest reserve, because that is where they get water, both for their domestic use and also for irrigation, because this is a farming community.
About 70% of the mature trees in Low River were lost. These were primarily made up of Caribbean pine that is not native to the area, but is planted for the lumber industry. More native trees are needed.
Due to the growing condition or the texture of the pine itself, it's easily damaged by the hurricane force winds. As you can see, several toppled trees, broken trees, damaged trees from that impact. We're going into more native species, blue marwood, Spanish Jamaican mahogany, to help reduce such impact in the future. That in the event that there's another Category 5 hurricane, we will not see such devastation around us, but we'll have trees more intact to continue protecting our ecosystem. As you can see, we are walking on these kind of different degrees of slopes, and we know that once we remove the tree cover, then we expect soil erosion to take place. So once we have more native trees in the area, then we can stand a better chance of maintaining our slopes, ensuring that our waterways are not polluted and that the community can still access potable water from the natural springs in the area.
But the challenges did not stop there. This forest reserve in Low River is government owned, and with the work of organizations like the Forestry Department, reforestation and preservation works will always happen. However, private landowners also need to join the fight by replanting for the sustenance of all, not just for their private, individual, and immediate benefits. That also means being mindful of where animals are placed and are allowed to roam.
For a newly planted plantation, they will eat the seedlings, especially with blue marwood. That's why we use our the site information to determine what we plant. If there's animal in the area, we can't plant blue marwood. We plant Jamaica mahogany, bitter damsel, those things that they don't feed on, right? So for the bigger ones, first we'll tie the animal on the trees. The rope will girdle the tree. So remove the bark from the tree, squeeze it, damage it, so no fluff nutrients, the plants die a couple years on the line.
Ceasing human activities such as these will go a far way as the Forestry Department continues the rebuilding process, especially in areas where the damage is felt most.
It is sobering to note that disturbed broadleaf forests were hardest hit, with over 42,000 hectares degraded, accounting for more than 30% of all recorded damage. Secondary forest areas of regeneration from anthropogenic damage followed closely, with our urban tree cover declined by 26%.
Our mangroves too suffered degradation.
The data confirms that approximately 23% of our mangrove forests sustained damage, primarily from wind throw, sediment displaced, and prolonged inundation. The key mangrove complexes in Trelawney, St. James, Hanover, St. Elizabeth, and Westmoreland experienced a 90% of trees showing evidence of uprooting, canopy loss, and severe defoliation.
These structural changes have direct implications for shoreline protection, nursery habitat for fish and invertebrates, and coastal carbon stocks.
This level of forest loss has real, immediate, and potentially catastrophic consequences.
Consequences include increased water insecurity and flood and landslide risk. It also undermines biodiversity and threatens years of public investment in reforestation, long-term climate resilience, and environmental stewardship. But with the Forestry Department's reforestation, ecological enhancement, and landscape framework, Operation Relief, along with the National Tree Planting Initiative, reforestation efforts have begun. Reforestation is not just replacing what was lost. It is restoring balance, protecting our watersheds, preventing landslides, supporting livelihoods, and safeguarding future generations from the impact of climate change. Without deliberate and sustained tree planting efforts, the damage left behind could leave our island even more exposed when the next storm comes. And everyone is invited to this relieving effort.
Forest Department on its own, we cannot do it. And the forest is not just for us, it's for every Jamaican. So we welcome everybody who will come and help us to get these targets off and to help us to relieve Jamaica, help us to become green again, because we are the land of food and water.
And we all know what they say about time, so the best time to plant a tree is today.
Our native species, we're looking at about 30 years. but Caribbean pine normally matures within 20 or less, depending on the site that it is on. So it will take some time.
But all is not lost, as some trees survived the storm and others have started their regeneration process, and with them, hope is blossoming. As the government continues its work, we should do our part too. Rebuilding Jamaica means rebuilding its forests, because protecting our trees today is an investment in safer communities and a more resilient Jamaica tomorrow.
From sunrise on the beach to sunsets in the hills, Jamaica is more than a place. It's a vibe. It's the rhythm in our music, the flavor in our food, and the pride in our people. It's how we celebrate life. Bold, proud, and full of energy. From yard to abroad, once you feel it, you know Jamaica is a vibe. Let's keep it positive. Let's keep it proud. Let's keep it Jamaican, because Jamaica is a vibe.
Storytelling is an art form Africans used to pass on knowledge and information in the hopes of preserving their heritage. In our next feature, we explore this phenomenon and the importance of it.
They are stories, beliefs even passed down through generations. We may have believed them at some point and perhaps still today. But one thing for sure is that they help to shape our culture, our way of life. You may have heard about Anansi, Rolling Calf, River Mama, and perhaps Old Hike. But what, if anything, do these stories tell us about ourselves? And are they worthwhile today? Beginning with the cunning and resourceful Anansi, we see a character that will always outsmart his opponent. But there is always a lesson to be learned and laughter being had.
Anansi is a very important figure in West Africa. I emphasize that because when I discovered Anansi in other parts of Africa, my mouth dropped to the floor. Maybe he's not as prominent as he is in Ghana from the Akan people. And he's a very important figure. I say that deliberately now because my encounters with elders from Ghana have taught me not to say he's a deity. And that's how I learned to understand Anansi, but he's not a deity. However, at least them don't call him that. We can call him that, they don't call. So let us try to be authentic and true to what we have discovered. Anansi is the marker of wit and wisdom. If you look at any illustration of Anansi from any part of the world, from any culture, from illustrators who have not met, you will see that they pay homage to Anansi's head. It cocked to the side, it have on a hat, it have on something, and it's because his head is full of wisdom. Because the Europeans did not understand the word that meant wit and wisdom, or because them deliberately wicked. Them use all kind of other kind of words that have us thinking that Anansi was a general, but he was the bringer of wisdom. The supreme being gave him wisdom to bring down to earth.
Another of our urban legends involved the rolling calf. Stories of a fiery-eyed possessed cow tormenting passers-by at night. Under the cover of darkness, you don't want to be caught at a road crossing. It's where they usually hang out.
When a single person is walking and he sees a light appear and coming towards him, a single light coming fast, then that person would, according to the story, would determine that it was a rolling calf. And then if you allow it to catch up with you and you did nothing, it would trample you over, leave you dead on the spot.
Now, a long time ago, you go to the meat shop and you buy a pound of meat. And a pound of meat having 16 ounces. 16 ounces make 1 pound. But it have some unscrupulous butcher who find a way of gerrymander the scale so that it really having 14 ounces, but it look like it's 16. You see all of them butcher there who rob you your 2 ounces of meat, when they're dead, you know, them turn rolling calf.
She is half human, half fish, and wholly beautiful, but the story of the River Muma takes different forms.
The common one is that the River Muma takes the form of a female who guards a table made of gold, the golden table. That she sits on this golden stool or golden table with everything made of gold, including her comb. And she a comb her hair, her long hair. I have my own interpretation. She a comb her long hair, and when you try to get the golden table or her golden comb, you find yourself dragged underwater.
If you should creep up behind them and frighten them, they would drop the golden comb same place, and then you could go and collect it and sell it for a whole lot of money. Or they would dream you in the night. If you didn't dispose of it the same day, they would dream you in the night and tell you that you should carry the comb and throw it back in the stream.
There are many versions of the River Muma. People say that she lives in the Bagwalk River. People say that she lives in St. Mary. And people say she lives on the Martha Brae. And just about anywhere you find a body of water, people say that there is a River Muma there.
This witch-like woman is not to be confused with another in Jamaican folklore known as the White Witch of Rosal. Though equally vicious, Old Hag sheds her skin at night to transform into a ball of fire, fly around, and suck the blood of infants. She is often depicted as an old wrinkled woman during the day who preys on the vulnerable.
And she prowls at night. And without the skin, she can fit herself under the door and come inside and feed on the baby. You can either put asifetita, which older Jamaicans will know, and you put it in the baby mold and tie it up in the baby hair, and because of how it smells, it repels bad spirit.
Stories such as these and many others help to shape the Jamaican family. But some would argue that their significance has diminished with time. Others will tell you that there is value in keeping them alive. And with stories like Anansi having been revealed to have two sides, one seemingly misleading, it begs the question as to how our stories are being passed down and who is manning the safekeeping of this treasure trove so closely linked to our history.
If we look at the word folk tales, it will tell us that once upon a time the stories were not valued. Things of the folk. And when we say the folk, we don't mean people who wear pretty clothes and nice shoes and sit down and speak spokey behind microphone. We mean people who are not very intelligent. That's what it used to mean. We mean people who had not come into civilized life. Them never have electricity. Them just sit down and talk stories of the folk. That's where that word comes from. Over the years, we have come to see how wrong that designation was. And perhaps a better designation is a term I found in South Africa. There may be other situations, other cultures, other jurisdictions in which IKS is known, but I found it in South Africa, and so me give it to them. Indigenous knowledge systems. And it means the wisdom that we come into because of the way we react with our environment, the mountains and the rivers and the birds. So as we tell stories, then folklore becomes something magical, becomes something respectable, becomes something that people who know that head come before book and that kind of a wisdom has given to us. So folklore includes our folk songs, includes our riddles and our proverbs, as well as the stories that we tell about ourselves for ourselves. In those stories, we find that the voiceless, the little people, the oppressed, represented by Anansi, always challenge things bigger than himself. And through that we have learned that there is no obstacle that we cannot surmount.
However, as we grow, our culture is infused with others, either by migration and integration or modern technology. One could make the case that we have lost the significance of these stories and with it, our way of life.
We resist the way folk tales shape our sense of identity. And we resist it because we have been taught to resist and refuse and marginalize our African heritage. So we have no problem telling stories about Rapunzel. We have no problem telling stories about Red Riding Hood and the Three Bears, because you see, culture is not just where you can touch and perform now, you know. It's an evolution of thought and an accumulation of values and beliefs.
But in the same way we candidly share other stories, we should move with the same purpose and enthusiasm, if not more. And these purveyors of Jamaican folklore agree that it is the only way to keep the narrative alive.
Jamaica Post is committed to being your preferred logistics partner. Enjoy the convenience of 3 to 5 days for international shipments at competitive rates and next business day delivery for local packages. Take advantage of our fast, reliable and ever-evolving services: zip mail, click and ship, fast track, EMS, parcel service, registered mail, corporate mail service and private letterbox. Access customer service support and track packages online. Visit our post offices island-wide and premium service centers at select locations. For more information, go to jamaicapost.gov.jm. Conditions apply.
As we continue to celebrate Reggae Month, let's go jamming with the Fab 5 Band.
I have a sad story to tell you. It might hurt your feelings a bit. Last night as I walk in my bathroom, I stepped in a big pile of shaving cream. Be nice and clean, shave every day and you'll always be clean. I think I'll break up with my daughter. Her antiques are queer, I'll admit. Each time I say, darling, I love you, she tells me that I'm full of shaving cream. Be nice and clean, shave every day and you'll always be clean. Now every country say them have nice woman, but some not so nice, you must understand. Well, Jamaican woman a sugar and salt, and I man we tell you about them all. Jamaican woman a sugar and salt, some of them are gentle and we make you ball. Jamaican woman a sugar and salt, some of them are gentle and we make you ball. St. Andrew woman no make them fun, leave them alone and them we make you run. St. Thomas woman is very kind, as you wink your eye, them broke a line. Portland woman can sport for true, treat them good and them will die for you. Jamaican woman, a sugar and salt. Some of them are general and we make you bad. Jamaican woman, a sugar and salt. Some of them are general and we make you bad. Saint Mary woman, them nice and right, but them love them man and them quick for fight. Saint Anna woman, them have a good ways, but if you trouble them and them will give you 9 years. Trelawney woman is a serious lot, and when you need a friend, them always one spot. Jamaican woman, a sugar and salt. Some of them are general and we make you bad. Jamaican woman, a sugar and salt. Some of them are general and we make you bad. Now this one is for all the ladies. Love. They are asking for my lady. They are asking for my baby. Please, I'm asking for love. Somewhere in my youth, I must have done something to earn some love. Now I'm also cold and lonely. I need someone to love and hold me. Please, I'm asking for love. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Lots of things I wish would go my way, but love is what I really need. I must have earned some blessings that could last. Keep me landing tears like showers. Keep me shedding tears like showers. Please, I'm asking for love. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Ready? All the flag in the air like so. All the flags in the air like so. Let me see the flag. Let me see it. Hey. This one you got. Say all night party. All night party. All night party. All night party. Everybody say hoo ha. Hoo ha. Hoo ha. This is an all-night party. Everybody jumping. All-night party. Everybody rapping. All-night party. Everybody skanking. All-night party. No.
Think positively. Focus on the power of optimism and hope. The thoughts we nurture shape our attitudes, actions, and ultimately our lives. So, reflect on the good in your life.
We have come to the end of today's show. I do hope that you enjoyed this package. To catch a repeat of this or any other, feel free to log on to our website at jis.gov.jm. And until next time, I'm Katie Aloy Knight. Do take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.